Hey there, it's James Taylor, and I'm here in Singapore at the Sentosa, the Sentosa Cove, I think is his name.
Sentosa W Hotel.
And I'm here with my good friend Rob Salisbury. Rob is a professional MC. He's also a CSP, Certified Speaking Professional. And Rob has been doing an amazing job at MCing this event. I've just did the opening keynote at it. But while I've got Rob, I wanted to ask you two questions.
Yeah, mate.
First of all, why should an event bring in a professional MC? What's the purpose of having a professional MC?
Well, let's get the first question out of the way. First of all, James, always a pleasure to have great people to work with. And so today, the keynote, he cracked it wide open at 9:30 and killed it till the first break. And we had the chairman of the company and dignitaries from 13 countries and 80 business leaders, country managers for this particular conference at the Westin, or the W here in Sentosa. So it's been a lot of fun. I think first and foremost, it's event insurance. Whenever we're working with professional event planners or conference organizers like this particular event, it's always a pleasure to get behind the scenes information to help to know how to do things in a great way. Last year, this event did not have a conference MC and a host. I was fortunate 2 months ago, one of the senior managers here saw me doing a 2-day program with 130 HR leaders in Singapore at one of the hotels, and he was in that event and just saw how smooth it went. So it was an easy transition. As you and I know, Frederick talks about, if you want to get more bookings, speak more often. But as an MC, a host, a panel moderator, a facilitator, I've always found it to be a lot of fun to be able to work with the key people on the ground in advance of their group. There's more time up front, but on the day, you really do save time. And when you've got tens of millions of salaries and compensation in a room like this today, you can't afford to burn off time. So working with a professional MC helps move things quickly, make sure that breaks are on time, work behind the scene with the hotel, specifically on breaks when things may not go accordingly. We had an event situation earlier with a manager who couldn't get through customs due to a technical issue on his visa, so we had to do some flipping around on the run sheet to get that done. These are the types of things that can happen on the day, and you got to be really smart and sharp and make sure that you're really flexible and you know how to keep your agenda off the agenda. It's all about the client and their event.
And it makes, from a speaker's perspective, it makes a huge difference having a professional MC. So a question that's useful to do when you're doing your even pre-event call with a client, ask them, do you have a professional MC? Are you considering bringing in a professional MC? And then if not, and if they're thinking about it, you can always recommend an MC, because believe me, it will make your life better as a speaker, but more importantly, it'll make the client's life better, because it's going to create a better event. So my second question here, as speakers,
yes,
what can we do to be working better with MCs? What do you need from us? How can we make your job easier and better?
Well, you did a great job. You're a prime example. Before James got here, I had gone on his website and looked at information above and beyond what the event organizer had sent me. They'd sent me maybe a paragraph or two. That wasn't enough to give James the lift he needed. I know we'd worked together in the past here in Singapore at an HR conference, so I already had some comfortability with him. I know he's a precision speaker. He's a full-on information speaker. So we want to have a very airtight introduction that makes sense, but it's also a customized and tailor-made presentation for today's event, and it was. So it was very, very smart. In addition, what speakers can do is they can have introductions that are ready to send to the MC ahead of time. You can bring a hard sheet that day if you want to, but it's always important to have 2 or 3 versions of what you're going to be presenting on. Maybe your keynote presentation, maybe a breakout session. Introductions are going to make you sound not only professional, but are also true. No need to be able to put bombastic stuff in there and overstate the occasion. We're going to cut it out for you, trust me. We don't have 2 minutes to introduce you as much as you'd like us to. We only have 30, maybe 40 seconds to do an airtight job. Now, we can always do stuff during the break or afterwards to come back and give you a little complimentary buzzword or two, or maybe some free things. But I think also having stuff that can support your introduction, like books, and like you sent me great stuff. I had your online courses and information. I asked you about your MBA and stuff like that, some history and background. The audience wants to know a little bit more about the speaker in terms of customization. So MCs, hosts, panel moderators, your responsibility is to get to know your speaker better and make your audience feel not only that they're getting a great speaker, but also a speaker that has a heartbeat and has great brain power, which this guy has tons of.
Especially when they add a Q&A, which you weren't expecting at the end, which goes on quite long. Which is, I love doing Q&As personally, but I know some speakers that freaks them out a little bit.
We got caught out, didn't we?
We did. It was great. It was good. It showed that they were really enjoying the session. So.
I was about ready to thank James with the most amazing gift from one of the country managers here, and my thank you and his thank you was hijacked by the vice chairman. And you're not going to say, oh, excuse me, just a minute, stop. Yeah, but the vice chair had a few things to say. The national sales manager, the country manager had a few things to say. And that's a testament to your presentation, which kind of went into a Q&A, which was unrehearsed, and you've got to be very flexible. Anyway, it's been a joy to talk to you, brother.
Rob, great, fantastic. And if you are looking for a professional MC, if you want to recommend a professional MC, Rob Salisbury CSP, Certified Speaking Professional, check Rob's work out. Fantastic working with you again, Rob.
Well, I look forward to working with you again.
This episode of The Speaker's Life is sponsored by eSpeakers, the innovative platform that connects speakers with event organizers and associations. eSpeakers provides cutting-edge tools that will elevate your online presence, streamline your speaking business, and maximize your exposure in the speaking industry. With over 15 years in the business, 10,000 speakers in their community, and over 20,000 events managed annually, eSpeakers is the preferred choice for top speakers. You can create your own profile on eSpeakers today by going to speakersu.com/eSpeakers.